Hello everyone, it's Wednesday, August 14th, 2024, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Yesterday, we dove into the new trailer for Sister Wives Season 19 released by TLC. We reviewed the clips and discussed them, but there's one particular aspect I want to explore in more detail today, specifically regarding Kody and Robyn's storyline. In the trailer, Robyn's presence is minimal. She mainly appears reacting to the actions and decisions. For example, Meri is planning to move, and Robyn seems to be grappling with feelings of being left behind, as if she's been abandoned and is struggling with a lack of respect for Kody. Her reactions come across as forced, almost as if she's performing for the camera, with Kody seemingly perplexed, as if they might have rehearsed their interactions. Robyn's long-standing influence under Kody's control has made it challenging for the women on the show to openly express their true feelings and experiences. They've been protecting both Polygamy and Kody's image at all costs. Now that the other women have left, Robyn's feelings of being abandoned and made to look foolish are coming to the surface. This could be interpreted in a few ways. On the surface, it seems ironic because Robyn had initially expressed a desire for sister wives, but her actions suggest otherwise. She once mentioned wanting to live on the periphery with her children and grandchildren, but that's not what appears to be happening. Robyn was visibly distressed about Meri leaving the family and made dramatic statements during the tell-all, often referring to the other women as her sister wives. She even attempted to control Kody's speech, which seemed like an attempt to manage the narrative. There are two main interpretations of this situation. Either Robyn is genuinely unhappy being left with Kody, or she's envious of the absence of her former rivals. I suspect Robyn was engaged in a sort of competition within the polygamous setup, where wives vie for the role of the head wife rather than just being one among many. Even if she didn't genuinely desire polygamy, she wanted to be in charge and not hidden like her mother, who was a secondary wife. Robyn's background in monogamy seems to have driven her to go to great lengths to keep Kody happy, including competing with others and causing drama to gain favor. Her behavior suggests traits of a narcissist, a pattern seen in many involved in such systems, where individuals strive to be closest to God and are willing to remove others to achieve their goals. Kody displays characteristics of a malignant narcissist: grandiose, dramatic, and vengeful. Robyn, on the other hand, seems to exhibit traits of a covert narcissist. She is manipulative and uses subtle tactics to get what she wants. Covert narcissists often come across as reserved and prefer controlling intimate settings. They react strongly to perceived slights and criticism. For instance, Robyn becomes noticeably upset when faced with accountability, particularly from her children. Covert narcissists often have lower self-esteem and compensate for their insecurities with a facade of empathy, which they use to manipulate others. Robyn has tried to gather information on Kody's relationships to leverage against others and frequently displays a sense of self-importance through subtle gestures like eye rolls or yawns when others speak. The need for admiration and validation often drives individuals to use a variety of tactics to garner attention and maintain their self-esteem. Robyn, a prominent figure in the Sister Wives series, embodies many traits of a covert narcissist. This psychological profile sheds light on her behavior and interactions within the family, particularly in the covert narcissist's playbook. Covert narcissists are often characterized by their excessive need for admiration and their tendency to use emotional turmoil as a means to elicit pity. Robyn's behavior on Sister Wives reflects these traits vividly. She frequently adopts the victim role, employing withdrawal and self-deprecation as her primary defense mechanisms. This approach includes crying to elicit sympathy from others, a classic tactic for those with covert narcissistic tendencies. By portraying herself as a martyr, Robyn attempts to manipulate the narrative to her advantage. Envy and inadequacy. Another hallmark of vulnerable narcissism is intense envy. Robyn's continuous comparison of herself to others and her persistent feelings of inadequacy are evident throughout the series. Initially, she thrived in an environment where she had to compete for Kody's attention, eagerly embracing the role of being the most favored wife in his eyes. However, with her primary competition now absent, Robyn is faced with a new and challenging dynamic. The departure of Christine and Janelle has left Robyn and Kody in an isolated situation. Both Robyn and Kody seem to rely on external validation and competition to sustain their self-worth. Without this competitive element, their relationship is strained, and Robyn's emotional instability becomes more apparent. Her tears and self-deprecation about feeling left behind reveal a deeper sense of envy and inadequacy, suggesting that her dissatisfaction is rooted more in her jealousy of the other women's newfound happiness than in a genuine desire to leave Kody. Loss of validation. The shifting dynamics within the family have exacerbated Robyn's feelings of envy. Christine, for instance, has found love and married David. During Christine's wedding episode, Robyn's desperate attempt to kiss Kody on camera to silence him highlights the complexity of their relationship. This rare display of affection underscores the fragile nature of their bond and Robyn's need to maintain a facade of harmony. Meri's transition to a new chapter in her life has also contributed to Robyn's sense of loss. Robyn had long perceived herself as having the upper hand over Meri, often manipulating her and using her as a pawn in her interactions with Kody. Meri's departure from the toxic environment has stripped Robyn of her source of validation, leaving her with a profound sense of Meri, who had once supported Robyn and fed into her delusions, is no longer part of the equation, intensifying Robyn's feelings of rejection, jealousy, and competition. Robyn's jealousy is further fueled by Janelle's progress and Kody's attempts to reconcile with her. This situation amplifies Robyn's sense of envy, as she covets the attention Kody might be giving to Janelle. Robyn's position as the sole remaining wife has left her in a precarious situation. She is no longer the central figure in Kody's life, and her feelings of being left behind are exacerbated by the success and happiness of the other women. The dynamics within the family have shifted dramatically. Robyn, who once thrived on competition, is now faced with a challenge. Her tears and self-deprecation about feeling abandoned suggest that she is struggling to cope with the absence of competition and the shifting focus within the family. The jealousy she feels towards the other women's successes highlights her vulnerability and her inability to find contentment in her current situation. The narcissist's cycle of misery. For a narcissist, any form of attention, whether positive or negative, is preferable to none. Robyn's current predicament underscores her struggle to cope with the loss of attention and validation. Her misery is compounded by the fact that she is no longer the queen bee but rather entangled in Kody. The isolation she experiences, coupled with the resentment from the children and the departure of the other wives, has left her in a state of emotional turmoil. Robyn's loss of status and validation is evident in her interactions with Kody and her children. Her tightly controlled environment, where her children are confined to their home near Coyote Pass and are not allowed to lead lives outside of her influence, further emphasizes her need for control. The mansion they own becomes a symbol of her inability to escape from her own self-imposed restrictions and the chaos of her relationship with Kody. The dynamics of covert narcissism. Robyn's covert narcissistic traits are evident in her behavior and interactions. She displays a manipulative and subtle approach to achieving her goals, often using passive-aggressive tactics to maintain control. Her covert narcissism is characterized by a shy demeanor and a preference for intimate settings where she can exert influence over interactions. This behavior is evident in her reactions to criticism and her attempts to control the narrative within the family. Robyn's behavior towards Kody, her children, and the other women reveals a pattern of manipulation and control. Her covert narcissistic traits are evident in her attempts to gather information on Kody's relationships and her subtle actions, such as eye rolls and dismissive behavior. Her need for validation and control underscores the complexities of her character and her struggles within the family dynamic. Conclusion: Robyn's role in Sister Wives reflects the complexities of covert narcissism and its impact on relationships. Her behavior, characterized by manipulation, envy, and a need for admiration, underscores the challenges she faces in navigating her role within the family. The shifting dynamics, coupled with her loss of validation and status, highlight the intricate nature of her interactions with Kody and the other women. As the series continues, viewers will likely see further developments in Robyn's behavior and her attempts to navigate the changing dynamics within the family. Her covert narcissistic traits will continue to influence her interactions and